Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Last regular season game for us here on Bay County TV.
Wow, Jeff, where did that go? We started our first game back in December. Here we are at the end of February. District state tournament right around the corner for both boys and girls. It just gets going quicker every year we do these games.
We've got a 16-3 Tawas area Lady Brave team coming in, coached by Jason Wolke. And this team is very, very fortunate to be led by a sensational freshman guard.
Yeah, they really do a nice job, Jeff. At 16-3, they've got something special going on with number 11 for Gia Wisniewski for the Tawas area Braves. Only a freshman, but we've heard a lot of good things about her, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do on the floor tonight.
Well, the other people that are going to contribute very mightily are Monty, Swales, and Seafred, because those are the three people that are going to get the Windex out tonight and clean the glass.
The key to the game for the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff, is they're going to have to put some bodies on those big girls from Tawas area. If they get their meat hooks on that close to the basket, they're going to score a lot of baskets. So it's important for the Lady Spartans to box out, get those big girls out of there, and make this hopefully a low-scoring contest for the Lady Spartans.
Coach Dwayne Pitts in his offense is led by 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores amongst the 8 on the team.
Man, when you think about this squad, they're so young, but, we're at the end of the year. They're 3-16, may not look 6-14, may not look like a great record, but you had to get through those first couple weeks or couple months of the seasons with those growing pains. But you know what? At this point of the year, you just don't take anybody too lightly. And young players, this kind of play kind of free. They're just freed up and they played free. So we'll see what the Lady Spartans have in store for the Tawas area Braves tonight.
Well, and at 6-14, as opposed to the last few years, I'd say trending in the right direction is accurate.
Yeah, I would say they're going up, but you're going to have to learn. You're going to have some growing pains with young kids, and that's just the way it's going to be. They're going to do some things, but they're correctable things, and I think that's one of the positive things for the Lady Spartans.
Well, that about puts the wraps on our pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a minute from Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV.
When you want to show someone you care, you go above and beyond. It's the little things that make someone feel extra special. The extra time, the extra effort, the extra attention to detail. It can have an extraordinary effect on people. So when you care this much about your family, from the youngest to the oldest, you send them to the place that specializes in extraordinary care, Covenant Healthcare. We make families feel extra safe with a leading team of experts in the Great Lakes Bay region. We take the extra steps to deliver the most advanced technologies and training. We go the extra mile as you journey from diagnosis to recovery. We give families extra hope. Why do more people trust their families to Covenant Healthcare? Because we've proven ourselves over time, across generations, and treat your family like you do, with extraordinary care, so you can continue to do so for generations to come.
Good evening and welcome to the Pinconning Area High School as the Lady Spartans will take on the Lady Braves of Tawas. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, we are pleased to have you along tonight.
Jeff, it's going to be a great game, and we got a special surprise going on for some folks. We'll let some people know who's in the house tonight.
First shot of the game is up by Seyfried, and that shot is errant, one and done. As the rebound comes down to the Pinconning area, Spartans 15 seconds into our first quarter as the Spartans look to put the first points on the board.
Kind of reminds us of our old days at WKJC, little Northeast Michigan Conference flair going on.
Way
tonight,
back
Jeff.
in the day with the NEMC, that was always a fun conference with Ogemaw and with Standish.
Penny, Oscoda.
They made things happen. That first shot is missed and out of bounds. As our officials for tonight.
Good crew tonight.
Yep, we've got Bay City and Saginaw crew coming up to Pinconning tonight.
Nothing wrong with that.
As Jimmy Fertakis and Jimmy Clark and Tom Nichols are three officials tonight, all part of the TCAOA. Great job of cutting off the baseline. And an errant shot going up from number 32, Bryn Monty. One and done as the rebound comes down to Pinconning. They've been doing a nice job early in the glass. Nice spin move to get to the hole. The ball last touched by the Tawas area Braves. And back over to Pinconning.
Tawas coming out in that 2-3 matchup zone, Jeff. Tawas, we were watching them during the warm-ups. They looked like they had a little length on them and a little bit of girth. So we'll see how the Pinconning scouting report handles the Tawas area Lady Braves.
Well, I like the way that Dwayne Pitts starts the game. He's packing in a 2-3, and he says, if you want that 20-foot jumper, you can have that. Anything inside of that, I might be a little bit stingy on.
Well, here comes the Spartans in a little 1-2-2, call a little half-court trap for Pinconning area. Tawas does a nice job breaking that little half-court trap. And I think they're going to try to go inside out, Jeff, with Tawas, with number 32, Bryn Monty. Looks like she's the young lady that they're going to try to feed the ball to a lot.
Well, I think their post players at 5'8" or 9 are going to have an opportunity to get that quick in and out, because I think Tawas is going to get that ball inside and Pinconning is going to double up on them.
Monty got called for the offensive foul right there with the push. No baskets, 6:34 and counting, just underway here at Pinconning.
Minute and a half into the first, and great verticality defensively by the Tawas area Lady Braves in transition at an 8 speed, just a little short arm as the rebound comes down to Fort. Fort quickly down the floor, coast to coast with a little kiss off the glass for the first deuce.
Well, I'll tell you what, Allison Fort taking it all the way to the rack. Nice job, Penny up 2-0.
She had that chin up. Boy, what a great move along the baseline for Felski. And she got past the defender, but then came out and got a good angle on the glass and used the glass to her advantage.
Did a little layup right there, did Fort, but we got a foul down at the other end of the floor. And that'll be against the Tawas area Braves. Again, we love the scoreboard here at Pinconning because they give you a lot of information.
All the information that they have is up and available on that board.
At the line for the Spartans is number 11, Ella Hunter, missed the first one. And you look at this Pinconning squad, Jeff. They're not very old. They got some young players.
They've got 5 freshmen and sophomores on their squad. And the JV team played very well against Tawas, losing only by 4 in the first game. So things are picking up here from Pinconning. A long 3 ball. Great backside rebound over the top with the putback for the deuce. Seyfried.
That was really nice. Kind of tipped it to herself, then put it in for the easy bunny, 4-2. Tawas up on top.
Well, you can tell that their forwards and their center are very well schooled. Going back at the other end, Foco with a great deuce off the glass.
It's a familiar name. Talked to Mr. John Foco, one of the great football players to come out of Pinconning area many years ago. I had a nice conversation with him before the ball game.
Yep, there's a lot of tradition up here, and it's always fun to come up here and reminisce back. They've got a storied past and a lot of basketball and football success, and then the girls with volleyball, the girls with softball for years, and so there's been good stuff up here as the shot goes up, and it's a little bit strong. Fighting for the loose change. Last touched by the Tawas area Braves. Lesneski with the touch last, and the ball goes back to the Spartans.
You talk about those volleyball teams with Hall of Fame coach Jeff Williams and all those lady volleyball players. Boy, they were a machine up here for like 20 years with Jeff and those girls. We saw a couple of them go in this year at the Hall of Fame banquet.
Yeah. You're reading my mind,
well,
Coach.
You know what?
I don't know if that means you're digressing or what it is. Down the floor with the controlled trip down there, and a great spin by Seifred for the deuce.
That was a nice break. Nice uncontrolled break. Good pass. Nice move to get to the rack.
All righty, as we're rolling on here, our broadcast tonight approaching the 4-minute mark of our first quarter. On the line, nope, they're going to call it a jump ball prior to that happening off the alternate possession. Back to the Pinconning area Spartans.
6-4, 4:06 to go here in the first quarter from the beautiful Pinconning area high school gymnasium. That shot was put up by number 21, Layla Foco.
And again, I like the defense. They're taught great verticality, and then you got a touch of the ball. So at 6-4, the Pinconning Lady Spartans are really staying in this game. Like the fact that shot came off the glass. It came up a little bit strong. Here comes the controlled break for the Tawas area Braves. Nice look to the backside. And that shot goes up errantly, but fighting for the loose change. And finally it comes down to number 20, Scholes. As they roll into the front court, nothing there. They're going to back it out and reset the show.
Yeah, good smart play right there, Jeff. Didn't like what they saw. Just back it out, run your offense.
I like the tempo that Pinconning is playing with in this ball game.
Oh, she walked.
Just got the Tootsies ahead of the orange going on the floor. The turnover gives the ball back to the Tawas area Lady Braves.
Schultz had the right idea. She just shuffled the Tootsies a little bit and had a good look at it with 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. In a very well played first quarter so far by both squads.
I think if you can hold Tawas to 10 points a quarter, you certainly are in a situation where you got a chance to win this game. Again, shot going up just a little bit short by Hannah Potts. One and done with a great backside rebound. And down the floor they go. And just flying down the floor was Allison Fork. And she's going to earn 2 at the stripe.
Well, and this is the time of year, Jeff. This is the last week of the regular season. So these girls are prepping, getting ready. They're going to be in district starting next Monday. So this is an important time of the year. Should be playing their best basketball this time of the year. Just a little bit off for Fork. And looking ready for district. Boy, where did this basketball winter season go? My goodness.
Well, and then you look at the boys team, and Dane Ivey hit 1,000 points up here. And for anybody that has a clue about high school ball, to score 1,000 points on your varsity career, that is something special.
And he's only a junior.
He's going to be back for more. He might be tickling some records that have withstood for a long time. Great 18-footer that time by number 21, Dahlman. And she was behind the three, but that front foot came forward and came on the line. So good call by Mr. Nichols to call that a 2-point play. One and done as the rebound comes down to Lesney.
She's got some game. She knows she's got a good-looking point guard for the Lady Braves. Number 11 was Neski for Tawas area. She's got her head up. She's got her eyes surveying the floor. That's what a good point guard does.
And it takes a good point guard, sir, to know one. And you were definitely a master of your craft. As one and done.
I enjoyed it out there. I really did.
11 with the shot, Lesneski, and 11 Hunter with the rebound. So saw Andy Hunter here, dad of, I'm sure, Ella. And so it's great to see that next generation of Pinconning area Spartans
Yeah, good crowd
here
tonight.
contributing.
For,
well, I think they knew Bay County TV was coming, and
yeah.
that says a lot. Shot is missed that time by Fort. One and done as the rebound comes down to the Lady Braves. Great looking 10-footer in and out, but loose change on the floor with the rebound and the putback for Seifred as she just found the nose for the ball and again anticipating that passing lane. And here they come with a 3-on-2 rush, wanting to go coast to coast. That ball's out of bounds back over to the Lady Braves.
Well, at number 11, Lesneski for the Tawas area Braves, she's only a freshman, and she's out there running the show. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one also. We'll be back on Bay County TV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Back here on BCTV, Jimmy Fortakis will hand the ball over to be inbound. The Tawas area Lady Braves with a $1.20 into their offensive set. Dribble penetration, and again, great job of double teaming by Pinconning. That errant shot goes up, and we're going to have a Pinconning foul, and it's probably going to be on Vicky.
Caitlin Swales, the big lady for Tawas, number 44, really worked hard to get that rebound and get that shot back off. So she'll be rewarded with 2 free throws for the Braves. They're up 10-5 with 1:08 to go here in the first quarter.
A little strong on that first offering.
A little bit. You tell everybody who our special guest is in the house tonight yet, or you want to wait till the second quarter?
We might wait till the second quarter starts. Both ends of the free throw a little bit strong, and that goes down to the Lady Spartans, down 10-5 here in our last minute of the first quarter, trying to roll things around. Schultz sends that ball down on the post. That ball's turned over, and it's going to stay with the Pinconning area Spartans.
Nice hands right there by the Tawas area Braves, Jeff. 51.8 ticks to go here in the first quarter. Pinconning will take it out of bounds underneath their own basket.
And again,
nice shot.
Great job attacking the hole by Layla Foco. And she used the glass in the back of the iron and finally softly threw the cotton.
Nice little soft touch by Layla. 10-7, 35 ticks to go here in the first quarter.
I love that skip pass against the 2-3 because the defense normally doesn't look for it, but there's the great extra pass inside. Second shot attempt off the miss from Swales. And with 19 seconds left, Pinconning may have an opportunity to get within 1 or even tie this game up. And again, you hold your opponent to 10, and that basket good as number 24, that's Vicky. Long 3-ball partially deflected at the end of 1. The Tawas area Braves 10 and the Pinconning Spartans 9. Back in a moment for the second quarter on BCTV.
So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam or give us a call at 989-684-9607.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Filming tonight, Nick Page. Producing and directing.
The one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. Stephen Bauer is in the house.
Stephen Bauer is up there running the show tonight. He started the game by giving us the big thumbs up to start the broadcast, and we were giddy with excitement.
Glad he could make the trip. He's doing all the right buttons out at the parade, so good to have Stephen along with us.
One and done as the shot is missed by Delman. Pinconning is doing a nice job of not giving up second chance opportunities offensively.
Yeah, and you have to do a good job because they got some big girls down underneath the basket, Jeff. So Penny's doing a nice job getting the body on those big girls and keeping them only one shot.
Well, both teams are liking that 2-3 zone, and when you pack that in and you just beg people to shoot from 20 feet, you're going to make them force you to win from the outside or the inside out as that pass goes in quickly and comes back out to an open wing. Again, they're looking for that shot, but their patience offensively as that ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Schultz. 7:09 left in the first half, 10-9. Tawas Lady Braves on top. 16-3 on the regular season from that Big Dipper up north as the shot is
We remember that.
up and good from Gia Lesneski.
A little Big Dipper and Little Dipper in the in the league.
Yep, there's been some major changes up in Northeast Michigan to all the conferences. Again, we talked about the Northeast Michigan Conference early. That long shot missed with a great 22 feet from the basket rebound. Pinconning gets another offensive shot. And their third opportunity goes up and is a little bit strong. Pinconning a little scrappy on the glass tonight with a third opportunity. Unable to finish, but you like the effort.
Well, you love the effort. Unfortunately, you get 3 cracks at it and you don't make the basket, but that's a positive thing for the Pinconning area Spartans. They're doing their job. Just got to make those bunnies.
Inside again. You look when that ball goes into number 44, Swales. 4 Pinconning Spartans converge. And a great job of going strong to the hole again is number 11, Lesneski. And that will earn her 2 at the stripe.
I think Lesneski is probably their best ball player, Jeff, out there at that point guard. And like we said earlier, she's only a freshman. And it's got a nice looking stroke, soft touch. Ball goes in 13-9, 6:11 to go here in the first half.
I almost call her a point forward because of the way that she can get into the paint and do the mid-range game. And second free throw attempt is a little bit strong. And that ball is tipped away. Now she's going to have another opportunity. But she is double-teamed again, and she brought that in to the paint area. And Pinconning did a superb job of collapsing on her and causing her all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, and on the 2-3 zone, she plays on. Now she's coming out high in one of the elbow positions, but she was going down to play zone on the block. So you're right, she's kind of lanky. She can play that point forward. That's a great point.
Has the Pinconning area Lady Spartans onto the offense again, trying to go inside. They're going to have a hard time making a living in there, but when you go inside and out and have an opportunity for another shot, they get a second opportunity offensively. 13-footer in the paint. Third shot opportunity was almost there. Here comes the point forward for the Tawas area Lady Braves. Great look back around as she drew a double team. Tried to quickly get that ball around the horn. She'll reset the offense. Skip pass here to the near wing. Right back up top. Lesneski, she gets into trouble again and is able to dribble her way back out.
They move the ball very well on offense. They swing it. They don't keep it on one side very long.
Well, and you cause the defense to have to expend a whole lot of energy rotating back and forth. There's the extra pass to the wide open wing. 4 pieces of iron and fighting for the loose change down on the ground. And what do we got?
I think you got to travel. No, he's going to call a foul.
They are going to call that foul on Swales, Caitlin.
That's her first. Team foul number 1 here in the second quarter. 4:56 to go.
Like the way the officials have allowed these ladies to play ball. That's exactly the style that I enjoy watching.
We've watched a lot of games this year, Jeff, and I will say I'm going to give the officials an A for what we watched this year at all the games. I thought they let the kids play and let the kids determine the outcome of the ball game. And as a coach, that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. Foco on that shot. It is errant. And us being down here in the corner, there is a
We don't
steady
usually
flow
see,
of traffic to the concession stand.
we don't usually see that, but they have one side of the bleachers pulled in, so we got the main door in front of us.
We got the clock moving right now, and I don't know why. As they better stop there, they just realized they're going to stop the clock. Looks like we got a little blood.
Little officials timeout. A little blood on number 11, Lesneski.
And when I'm facility managing, I always make sure that I've got the spray in case it's on the floor. You've got the gauze so that you can quickly put some tape around it and allow them to play. But as an official, I always like to know, do you have a trainer? If something like this happens, can I point to somebody and expedite it happening? If we don't stop it quick, they're going to sit down because the game must go on.
Well, that's good training in your bloodborne pathogens right there.
That's beautiful.
Nice left hand.
Look with the lefty that time.
Amy Herbersheimer. Wow, that was pretty.
That was beautiful. When you come from the right side with the left hand and kiss it softly off the glass. Great move to the hole that time. Unable to finish was Foco. Here we come back down the floor. Look at her just beating people down the floor. Unable to finish. But what a great coast-to-coast run. At the other end of the floor, just a little too exuberant on that last pass.
A little bit strong right there, Jeff, for an opportunity for the Pinconning area Spartans to get an easy one. But nice job by Tawas area Braves getting back on defense also.
Boy, and again, great job going inside to Monty, but Monty was a little far underneath the basket. She didn't position herself pre-reception of that pass to know exactly where she needed to be. One and done, though, as the Lady Spartans trying to dent that 6-point deficit. Boy, the Pinconning Lady Spartans on offense, everything going into the post is seeing 2 and 3 defenders. That shot is up and missed, and again, all the heavy traffic going by. Can't tell you who did that.
I didn't.
Well, there it again.
She's got a nice left hand right there.
And she's done 2 shots in a row, coming down that baseline at a tough angle, flicking that left wrist back against the glass and finding that tough angle for a deuce.
Well, and what'd she do? Kept her eye on the basket, chin on the rim, watched it all the way through. And 9 times out of 10, they're going into the bottom of the hole.
Well, this is going to be a coast-to-coast finish. And it's a little bit strong, but again, down there helping on their end of the floor is going to be Monty. And Tawas takes a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on BCTV as the Pinconning area Spartans down 10. That lead has doubled in the last couple of minutes for the Tawas area Lady Braves.
Tawas got some easy bunny shots there, Jeff. Did a nice and some transition also to go up by 10 with 2 minutes exactly to go here in the first half from the beautiful Pinconning Gymnasium.
Seifred with the big rebound off the one and done for Pinconning. Back up top, that freshman with a beautiful shot.
That's good luck.
And she just couldn't get it to finish, but that's the look you want.
Good ball movement from the baseline to the corner out to the point guard, and you got a shot like that, you can sit on it. That's a good shot. Nothing wrong with that shot. You keep burping those babies up, they'll go in.
And again, that shot coming in just a little bit. Layla Foco is just a little quick on that shot. But not many second chance opportunities lately as that long ball goes up from number 21, Dahlman. Pinconning back at the offense as we're at 1:10 and counting left in our first half of play.
Tawas continues to stay in that 2-3 matchup zone. Pinconning starts hitting a couple of shots outside, Jeff, that's going to really loosen things up a little bit, give them a little bit more confidence. Can't complain of what the Pinconning Spartans are doing on the boards, though.
Nope, and they get another second chance opportunity. No chance for a third as that backside rebound is gobbled up by Dahlman. Quickly back again. And once those Lady Braves are sensing that double team coming, they're really getting the ball out. Then they go opposite. So they're moving the ball around very well, but not a great shooting night thus far for the Lady Braves.
No, they get most of their stuff down inside, Jeff. That's a great point. You know, you feel that double or triple team coming, you know where it's got to go. You find somebody outside, and if they start making those shots, boy, it's going to be a long night for Pinconning.
There's a nice long triple. We could see from here that was Allison Ford. That one tickled the twine on the trifecta.
That was a nice one. That was a big hoop. Penny needed that.
They've been stuck on 9 for a while. Long shot up, rebound coming down to Foco again, trying to make it happen on both ends of the floor. Great transition basket that time at the end of our first half of play. Tawas 19, Pinconning 14. Back in a moment to recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on BCTV.
Under the direction of Emily McGuire and Amy Brew. This evening, the dance team celebrates their seniors as they perform at their final game. Your dedication, leadership, and heart have shaped our program in ways that go far beyond the routines we perform. We are so proud of the athletes and young women you have become. You will always be a part of this dance family, and we can't wait to see all that you accomplish next. Congratulations, seniors. The dance team will be performing to Riz, choreographed by the 6 senior members of the dance team.
Ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spiritwear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spiritwear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com. or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back at our Frank's Great Outdoors halftime show here on Bay County TV, 19-14. I think when you look at the point structure of the first half, that really has to favor Pinconning.
Yeah, they did a really nice job, Jeff. They missed a few bunnies there, but they had that little 4-0 run with about 10 seconds to go in the first half. Got them back into this ball game a little bit. Let's see if the Lady Spartans can take that into halftime and bring something out special here to start the second half.
We talked in the pregame show about the youthful energy, and I think if Pinconning looks back in this first half, they missed some second and third chance opportunities right around the basket that they wish they had back.
They really did a nice job of out-rebounding Tawas area Braves. Braves are much bigger down low than the Spartans, but the Spartans did a nice job on their offensive end. Got 2-3 shots at, just couldn't put the ball in the basket.
Down 5, I think at the halftime, Coach Pitts says, I need patience from you ladies, and I need a run or a spurt at some point in the second half.
Need some patience, keep playing the defense, keep boxing out. When you get to the free throw line, make your free throws. You've got good looks. Keep shooting that basketball, and things are going to go well for us. We're doing some good things here in the first half.
For Tawas, on the other hand, the mid-range jumper, I really think for both teams, a lot of great open looks, just unable to finish from mid-range.
Yeah, and they got that skip pass where they've had a lot of open shots also, and they're just not making those. And I think Wisniewski's done a nice job of leading this team and the control break and stuff. But Pinconning's still on it. It's a big second half for both squads.
That about puts the wraps on our Frank's Great Outdoor halftime show. Back with the final 18 minutes, 16 minutes, whatever the math on the advocate says, right here on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page is filming tonight. Who's that producer and director again?
Stephen Bauer producing, directing tonight.
He is making it happen.
He's got that thumbs up.
He's
down.
been working on that thumbs up, and it was textbook. Great job getting the double team on the inside, trying to come back. The extra shot, and again through a steady flow of spectators. We got a jump ball, and we really couldn't clarify.
Here comes the band now. There's about 30 of them. So but we do have a nice spot here.
Yes. As they're going to head out and
get some corn.
Yeah, I was going to say hit the concession stand. Pinconning area Spartans with their first offensive set, down 5. That ball goes out of bounds right in front of the Bay County TV side. And it'll go back over to the Lady Braves. You know, and we look back at the longtime coach of the Lady Braves, Todd Kames.
Oh, yeah.
And he just had a great success for probably almost a couple of decades. And, you know, the teams that they were able to put out were fabulous as that long shot goes up from Seyfried, and Seyfried couldn't get that to drop, and the ball goes back over to Pinconning. Nope, they're going to say that, they're going to say it went back out of bounds again. I don't know from where, but just a steady flow of people right in front of our broadcast position. Maybe we ought to get risers next year so that we can elevate.
Well, we filled that gap pretty good because we really couldn't see anything that was going on. But you're right, they did have some powerhouses up there in Tawas.
But we need the ushers with the sign on to say that you can only stop during stoppages of play, like when we're at the hockey game.
We need a red light, green light, yellow light.
Great ball movement that time from the Spartans. They get a great look up top. come up just a little bit short on that shot was Fork. But again, great rotation, great ball movement, great shot, just unable to finish.
Well, Tawas went on that little 4-0 run at the end of the first half, Jeff, in about 10 seconds. Got themselves right back in this game, down 19-14 with 6:26 to go here in the third quarter. And how many bunnies did they miss there in the second quarter, Jeff?
Well, they had second and third shot opportunities that just were not able to fall. Tawas back into that 2-3, trying to match it up. As Pinconning saw enough of it in the first half, they rotate the ball around and they get a second shot opportunity. As they're going to move that ball around again, and Tawas doing a good job communicating, making sure that cutter coming back through is spoken for as the ball down on the ground, picked up by Seifred. Turnover gives the ball back, so we've played almost 2.5 minutes without a point scored here in the third quarter.
Again, Pinconning's had some nice looks here starting the third quarter. Jeff just not going down and doing a nice job, as always, on the defensive end of the floor against a much bigger Tawas area team.
Well, and at 6-14, people would say, oh, that's really not a great record, but they really are on the rebound. And when you look at 5 of their 8 players are either freshmen or sophomore, future's looking bright here at Pinconning.
Yeah, and those 5 and 8 of the 8 are getting a lot of playing time.
Great job defensively by number 32, Monty. Used that off arm to knock that ball away to the defender, and they were lucky to get the ball back as Pinconning nearly had a steal. Back the other way, that shot is up and up the top from number 4, Herbolsheimer. And it didn't go over the top. It can go on the top.
Stanchion.
The stanchion. I was watching for a stanchion wobble. Didn't see any. 4.5 left in this game. Long 3-ball up. And what a great seal out that time from Look. And the point forward could not finish, but got sliced and diced her way down the lane. Unable to finish was Lesneski. Here comes Penny again. They're going to have a timeout first, and that could have been a foul.
I was just about to say.
It's a great time for that. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back here on Bay County TV, let's thank some of our great sponsors.
All right, Jeff, Covenant Healthcare, the All Saints Central Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, Village and Action Towing, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame banquet coming up November 8th, 2026 at Doubletree. And finally, Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV.
Yeah, we just had that ribbon cutting a couple of weeks ago at the Historical Museum, and
we're open.
It's great. It's right over there by the Santa House display, so it's got to be the highlight of the museum. Just a little out of control going to the hole was number 23, Allison Fork. And quickly down at the other end goes Tawas, quickly attacking the basket and heading to the free throw line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the third quarter played without a point scored.
Fork did a nice job getting in there, Jeff, down here on the offensive end for the Lady Spartans. Just couldn't get it into the basket at the line, number 22 for Tawas. Seifert. That's the first points here in the third quarter.
Seifert had a nice stroke there at the line, nothing but the bottom of the hole. 3 dribbles, bend to the knee, flick of the wrist, a little strong on that second offering. On the controlled break, here come the Pinconning Spartans. And again, maybe a tick too fast on that speed down the floor. Hey, slow that down to a 7 instead of an 8 or a 9, and
Correct.
you might have a little under control of the hole.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Great looking triple try, as defensively Lesneski did a good job of altering that shot. That one partially blocked too, and down the floor comes Herbolsheimer as that ball was knocked out of bounds, and it was, I think, last touched by Herbolsheimer.
Yep, it's going to be turned over to the Pinconning area Spartans. Jeff, 3:28 to go here in the third quarter. Last week of girls high school regular season basketball.
Boy, where is the season gone, Coach?
I'll tell you what, the older we get, the faster it goes.
Faster everything goes.
Hair, teeth. The weight
joints.
doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Well, it does, but it doesn't go in the right direction. So down with a little tie up on the floor at the 3:02 mark. And again, 2 seconds shy of 5 minutes, and we've had one total point scored in this third quarter, which I think is a huge advantage for Pinconning.
I would agree with that. We saw some nice things from the Tawas area Braves there in the first half, but the Spartans are hanging around. They haven't scored a point yet, but neither has the Tawas area Braves.
As the Tawas area Lady Braves go inside again, great job by Seifert again. As they just are doing a really nice job when they get that angle inside, they get the finish using the glass to their advantage. 3 ball off the mark, long rebound, nobody home for Pinconning, and up 8. The Lady Braves will have their hands back on the ball with 2:41 left in the third.
Well, and the Lady Spartans, Jeff, are getting some great looks. They're just a skosh short on most of those long shots. So, but again, they can't not stop shooting those. They got to keep putting them up.
And a long 3 on the other end going up from Dahlman. One and done as the rebound comes down to the Lady Spartans. Schultz gets that thing back off deep on the wing. Schultz will get it back on her. A great job of realizing I'm not going to get to that spot and backing off so that you didn't create a foul. Windex on the glass that time for 44, Swales.
That's what we'll nickname her, Windex. She does a nice job rebounding the basketball for Tawas area.
There's that skip pass for the open 16-footer. Does not fall, but again, you go cross court, you have that open look, you'll take that all day.
Well, and that's a nice look because the player's stepping in one step, so she's a little bit closer going to the open spot on the floor on that cross court pass.
And again, good penetration by the Spartans. Tawas kind of lost their defensive sense for a second and had a reach and foul. You got the defenders there. Keep your hands up in the air, and there's no call there.
Buck 39 to go here in the third quarter, 22-14, Tawas area.
Great look from 15, unable to finish again.
Out.
And a second shot going up. And again, great defense from the freshman, number 11, Lesneski. She's playing beyond her years.
Thinking about it, Jeff, this is what Pinconning wanted, a low-scoring game, but unfortunately, they haven't been able to put anything in the basket here in the third quarter.
Yep, they have not had a single point through 7 minutes of basketball, and they need to find their ranges. They're back down 10, which is the biggest advantage that the Tawas area Lady Braves have had in this game. Again, trying to go to the hole, and 3 Tawas Lady defenders converge, trying to move the ball to the backside again. I like the way they're trying to get that spacing out, but a turnover gives the ball back over to the Lady Braves. Lesneski coming down the floor. Does not see anything there. Again, there's that skip pass for the open 15-footer. And they have not been able to hit that shot tonight, but great open look again for the Braves.
They've had a lot of open looks with that skip pass.
As that long 3 ball goes up off the back iron. Nice long rebound. Shot attempt number 2 going up. And there's Windex with the glass. Swales comes up and
Swales
gets
again?
that big mid on the, and it's over.
She has just got a knack of boxing out and finding that basketball.
Well, when you body up and you put yourself in position, there's a great look from the corner just off the mark. And at the end of our third quarter of play, 24-14, the Tawas Lady Braves over the Lady Spartans of Pinconning. Back in a moment for the Final 8 on BCTV.
Here is where the next generation is born. But we're also the birthplace of innovation, advanced treatments, second chances, and hope. At Covenant Healthcare, we're the most preferred health system because of the trust we have built across generations. And our leadership continues with the next generation. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Back here on BCTV,
He's
Jeff
got it.
Doan and Mike Wasdalas. He's got that thumbs up. The Alfonzarelli down pat.
Stephen Bauer Fonzarelli. Hey,
indeed. The double team comes with a jump ball off the alternate possession. Again, the Lady Braves really have a sense of when to double and triple team, and they rotate that quickly.
Yeah, they're really good with their feet, with their hands, Jeff, and that's one of the reasons you're 16-3 is you're doing it on the defensive end of the floor.
You're doing all the little things
Yes,
right to win
yes.
games, absolutely. On a night like tonight when your shooting is not at its best, you're doing all the other little things well enough. And shuffle of the Tootsies there by the freshman point forward, Lesneski.
Well, and sometimes in the games like this, when things aren't going that smooth, you kind of get a little bit lackadaisical on one end of the floor or the other. Not tonight for the Tawas area Braves. I think they've been really good on defense, and offensively, I think they would prefer Jeff to get up and down the floor a little bit more, get out and run a little bit more. Credit Pinconning and Spartans for not letting them do that, but I think that's their bread and butter.
Well, and I can safely say, with a great shot going up and in that time from a fork, this is the biggest floor that Tawas will play on all year long.
Yeah.
You know, the only one that's even close as that shot goes in would be Standish if they play there.
Right.
As the shot goes up and in from Seifred. And again, trying to show that sense of urgency offensively to try and get that ball in the hole, but stepping out defensively, doing a great job are the Lady Braves defense down on the floor. Looks like we're going to have a
good take
and unable to finish, but the foul will go against Swales, and that will send number 21 Foco to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Nice job by Foco hanging with it, Jeff. And she got hit hard, but she's going to get rewarded with 2 free throws with 6:43 here to go in the fourth quarter.
Definitely a strong move to the hole to earn 2 at the stripe.
Nice.
First one all cotton. As Jimmy Clark will say, one more, young lady.
Hey, Pinconning gets a couple stops here in the next few minutes, Jeff. Get a couple baskets. They're right back in this ball game.
That one comes up just a little short, and they'll have the rim violation as the ball goes back over. Lesneski is going to come up over the timeline and taking no time to just burp up a 21-footer was number 22, Seyfried. And
Swales got a nice rebound, good position there. Jeff just went up nice and strong. 28-17, 6:20 and good to go here in the ball.
Well, and that was a huge deuce for Tawas, and unable to get that rebound as the ball goes out of bounds, and I think it's going to stay right here. I like the little pirouette that time by Jimmy Clark. 9.75 from the U.S. judge on that pirouette.
And from the Polish judge, I'm going to give him a 9.65.
So he ends up with a 9.7 total score on that pirouette. Great look that time. A little 14-footer. Foco unable to finish. The backside rebound comes down.
They've had those shots all night long.
Yes.
They just have not gone down.
Well, both teams have really had the mid-range jumper open, and neither team has really been able to consistently find the mark. Trying to move that ball around the horn as Herbolsheimer lost the ball and then trying to come back the other way. Lesnetsky gets fouled by Fork. And again, her third, but team won. And
I don't think we
haven't gotten in the bonus.
No, I was just.
And I love it. I do. I really think that they've let the girls play, and we talked about it earlier. It's been consistently called on both ends and play ball.
Yep. It's varsity level.
Yep. As Tawas, I don't know that they're trying to slow the action down, but they are making the extra pass. That opened up the middle, and a little bit too strong on that putback as Monty could not get that extra one to drop, and Monty wants that one back. That's a shot she'll make. Penny's going to take a timeout. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Glad to have you along. Nick Page filming and Stephen Bauer producing and directing our show tonight.
All right, Jeff, a couple of our sponsors, Covenant Healthcare, the All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors just down the road from Pinconning, Village Action and Towing, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, and Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider for Bay County TV.
Masterfully done. Coach, you taught me a long time ago, you always look and see the play that you draw up coming out of the timeout to see if it bears fruit with a deuce or a tray. Strong to the hole, great move. The extra pass gets you into the lane and earns two at the stripe where you can score points without time coming off of the clock.
What's the nice thing about that, Jeff, is, you go in there at the timeout and you say, hey, look, we're down 28-17. We got this. We're still in this ball game. You start making a couple shots here in your free throws and you make a couple stops, we get right back in this thing.
Boy, a little stiff in the legs on that first free throw attempt. Hopefully there's a slight adjustment here for the second one. Again, down 11 with 4:55 left in the game. Second free throw attempt is up. That also just a little bit short, and nothing but a sea of red on the glass there, Gwiz.
Yeah, there was good box out right there by the Tawas area Lady Braves.
Whew. And that freshman moved halfway down the hole and out, but like her vision going to the hole and the shot that she was able to get. As that ball down on the ground again, great hands again. Lesnetsky with the quick hands and knocking it away. Back on the offensive set they come. And they're stretching it out a little bit offensively. Again, they get another great shot, a backside rebound and put back for the deuce by Montai.
Well, now that last time out, Pinconning has to go man-to-man now, Jeff, the rest of the game. They came out man-to-man. Tawas noticed it, handled it very well, and they're up 30-17 with exactly 4 minutes to go here in the ball game.
And you're right, Coach. They're forced to go to the man-to-man with a great basket that time by Ellie Hunter. But I think that's exactly what the strength of Tawas is attacking that man defense.
Yes. Yep, they've got some good position players. They're very strong underneath, and led by number 11 Lesnetsky as their point guard. They do a nice job.
And again, finding the spot where the ball is going to go Belsky gets over there and just finds the right spot, and the takeaway gives them the ball back. Belsky at the other end, go a steal down here, a tickle into the twine on the trifecta at the other end. That's a great trip down and back for the Tawas area Lady Braves.
Under control break right there, Jeff. Get it outside, pass it around, find the open player, get the best shot you could. That's what they did right there for Tawas.
Spartans doing a great job getting
nice
to the
move.
baseline. That is a great finish by Layla Foco.
Yeah, Layla, you could see her eyes all the way up to the basket, Jeff. She watched it all the way through 33-21, 2:50 to go here in the ball game.
Let's see how the offensive set rotates now that they're going inside. And again, attack, because off the man, you don't have the ability to double team quite as easily as you do off the zone. A nice spin move to the hole and a chance to finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
And nice job by number 22, Seifred, Jeff. When she got the ball on the block, she did not hesitate. There was no chance to double team there because she went to the rack so quick. And she's going to try to finish off this three-point play. 35-21. Boy, Tawas got hot here in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, and again, they've had 3 great trips down the floor since the Spartans were forced to go to the man defense. 2.5 left in the game, 35-21. The Lady Braves doing a great job in this game. And cutting into that deficit is 23. Allison Fort, timeout on the floor. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs.
Back here on BCTV, we get another Fonzarelli thumbs up from our producer and director, Stephen Bauer, with 2:25 left in the fourth quarter. Tawas into the offensive set. Still an 11-point game. A couple of stops and a couple of baskets could make a big difference. But again, there is the extra rebound again. And Bryn Monty with that great basket. And again, your box-out principles on man versus zone. On a zone, it's a little easier to spin and get to an area instead of trying to find your man. Ooh, that one used the friendly roll of the rim for the first of 2.
Well, the philosophy, according to Tom Izzo, you find it, you hit it, you go get it. Box out. So in that man-to-man. So you find your man, you go get the ball, and you know it's tough to play man-to-man. It takes a lot of energy out of you.
As the Lady Braves will have their hands back on the ball again. That ball inbounded, and now they're forced to go out 38 feet from the basket and play defense. There is the freshman, the point forward again, as we've talked to her in this game, is Lesneski, just with a great finish. Kind of used a baby hook style to get the difference away from the defender, using the glass, and got the deuce.
If I would have to take a guess, I would have to say she might be an all-conference type player, Jeff, for the Tawas area Brave, because you can just look at her as only being a freshman, even though it's this far into the year. She's got a lot of skills.
Yes, absolutely. You can tell she's played a lot of basketball up to this point. You know, the land of AAU basketball and stuff as it is, as the long rebound comes out to number 21, Layla Foco. Looking at another potential shot attempt that time as Claire Foco tried to get it. And another miss that time by Nitzvicki. And again, little surprised that Tawas has taken a shot that quickly.
Yeah.
Up by 14. Thought they'd maybe take a little air out of the ball. Into the offense they come again. Rolling the ball around, and again, great closeout that time by Tawas. What looked like an open shot ended up not being. And there is a pretty good look and a deuce from Ellie Schultz.
Unfortunately, the Pinconning area Spartans are out of timeouts, Jeff, so they could not stop the clock after that basket.
I like the floor general mentality to walk the ball up the floor against moderate defense. And now it's going to be time to eat a chunk of the clock, and she looks like she wants to do that by herself.
Yeah, there's no reason, even unless you got a layup, there's no reason to score here.
They're going to move that ball back around, and again, there's the skip pass that I think Tawas has used very, very effectively on offense tonight.
26.8 ticks to go, 38-27. Tawas area over the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff. And just off the top of my head, looking at this, they just Pinconning has some great looks at the basket, has some opportunities to score tonight. And there was just a lid on the basket at certain points in this game.
Well, they went over 6 minutes at one stretch in the third and unable to score, and that is really tough. But, you know, we talked before the game, if Pinconning could hold Tawas to 40 or less, I like their chances in this game. But a lot of the good looks that normally would drop for Pinconning weren't going tonight.
Yeah, they had looks. They just, and that happens. Just one of those nights where it just doesn't want to go down.
And you got to burp. You got to, even if it's contested, you got to let it fly. But again, the Tawas defense, they're playing out and they're defending the three. They're going to give up the deuce as a long three ball. And that goes down, and with 2 seconds, 1-0. That's all there
isn't anymore.
The final score in our ball game: 39 for the Tawas Area Lady Braves, 27 for the Pinconning Area Lady Spartans. Back to put the wraps on this one in just a moment on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back with our post-game show sponsored by the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Pinconning hung tough in the third quarter, but that late third quarter, early fourth quarter spurt from Tawas just proved to be a little too much.
Yeah, and Pinconning didn't score for a long time there in the third quarter, Jeff. And again, you're right, Tawas did a real nice job. End of the third, beginning of the fourth, just kind of pulled away from the Lady Spartans at the end of the game.
I don't know if the word wore them down a little bit is accurate, but it looked like as the game went on, the big three from Tawas really started taking control, especially on the glass.
Yeah, I think the physicality may have got to them. The big girls from Tawas, Swales, and the gang did a really nice job, made their bunnies, got to the free throw line, made some baskets there. So, overall, I thought it was a great job by Tawas, and they were very smart down the end. They knew that they had this game in. They kind of slowed it down a little bit, got to the free throw line, made a few free throws, and came out of here with a big win.
Very impressed with the freshman Lesnetsky, and she pretty much took control, but as the game went on, I kind of saw a point-forward mentality from her, showing off her versatility.
She's really smart with the basketball, Jeff. She's got good court sense. She can see the floor. She handles the ball very well for a freshman. She's a good leader out there, and she knew when to pull it out and when to take some time off the clock, and when she knows when to push it. So when you got somebody like that with the ball in their hands 80% of the time, good things are going to go well for your team.
I think if I'm Tawas and I look back at this game, the one thing I felt like they didn't do well down the stretch. They didn't take the air out of the ball quite as well. They attacked the basket and didn't what I call protect the lead like I think they could have.
Well, and then, you say that, and then tomorrow they'll get to practice, and that's what they'll work on. That's correctable because at this point in the season, there's going to be a time where you can't do that because there is no tomorrow when the districts roll around. So, that's a correctable thing. But overall, I thought they did a really nice job of handling a tough type of game that may have not been in their wheelhouse.
Well, and I think when you look at Coach Pitts, I think the future is bright here at Pinconning with 5 freshmen and sophomores.
They've got some players on there, Jeff, and they're gonna, they're gonna keep getting better. Get some summer league in them, some off season, some weight conditioning. I'm gonna look forward to watching the Pinconning Lady Spartans next year.
And your JV team loses 38-34. They put on a great show too. So things are starting to look up for the basketball program here for the ladies at Pinconning.
Well, and all those kids up on the varsity would have been on the JV team. So, they're probably got all freshmen on that JV team. So you're absolutely right. They got some young talent. They're going to have some growing pains. But, man, I can't wait to get back up here next winter and watch the Lady Spartans.
That about puts the wraps on our Bay County Sports Hall of Fame broadcast tonight. Jeff Doan and Mike Guasdala, great into the regular season, Coach.
Brother, always a pleasure. We'll get together soon.
Just filming tonight, Nick Page, because producing and directing our own Stephen Bauer, so it was great to have him on board tonight.
And he had a nice meal with us tonight. We had an opportunity to break bread with him. I'll tell you what, he did a great job tonight. Good job,
brother.
Stephen.
We'll have you back for more. Hey, have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking with you soon.
We'll see you soon.